Hello, in this short video from OpenSafely, we're going to show you OpenCodelists, our new tool for building and sharing code lists for clinical terms and drugs. First, a word of warning, we're developing the tool rapidly. It still has lots of rough edges, and I'll talk about our roadmap at the end of this video. You can find the tool at codelists.opensafely.org, and for now the homepage shows links to all the code lists we have used in OpenSafely research to date. A good simple example might be the codes for pulse oximetry. There's a description on this page of what the code list is intended to capture, and links to a GitHub issue where there's been discussion about what to include. In future, we plan to add a space for discussion on the site itself. There's a tab with the full list of included codes, and a tab that shows the codes and terms that have been searched for to build the code list. A more complex example is the diabetes code list from Primus, which we've used to help identify patients in the at-risk group for our reports on COVID vaccine coverage. Here there are no searches because we created the code list from the definition in the Primus spec, but there's a tab that shows all the codes in the context of the SNOMED hierarchy with excluded codes grayed out. Now, anybody can build a code list on OpenCodelists. To do so, you have to create an account and sign in. Then from the My Codelists tab, click, come on, here we go. Then from the My Codelists tab, click Create the Code List, enter a code list name, and we'll create one about identifying people with hypertension. Choose a coding system. We'll use SNOMED CT, although CTV3 and ICD-10 are available, as is the BNF for drugs code lists. Now you can either start from scratch or upload a CSV file, and this time we'll start from scratch. So you build a code list by searching for concepts that match a term, and we'll search for hypertension to start with. And that finds 757 matching concepts. So we don't have to make decisions about all of these. The idea is that you decide whether you want to include or exclude a concept, and when you include a concept, you also include all of its descendants. So with one click, we've included 99 concepts. So we want complication of systemic hypertensive disorder, but perhaps we don't want benign intracranial hypertension. Now here's an interesting one. This is hypertension and or vomiting complicating pregnancy, childbirth and or puerperium. Now perhaps for our code list we don't want this, so I'll exclude it. And this shows that some concepts are what we call in conflict. So there are 12 concepts in conflict, and this is because this particular concept is included by one of its ancestors and excluded by another one. So we have to make a specific decision about this concept. So we'll exclude these explicitly. Now, I'm going to pause the filming while I search for a few more terms and make decisions about all the search results. Okay, so I've searched also for hypertensive and high blood pressure, which have found some more terms. And in general, we advise doing searches that might retrieve more than what you think you're looking for. Because when you're reviewing a code list, you want to be sure that the code list creator hasn't missed things out. When you're looking at a list of codes, it's much easier to see if something is there that shouldn't be, rather than seeing whether there's something missing. Now, having made decisions about all the codes in the search results, I can click Save Changes, which takes me to a page that I can share. There's the full list of selected codes here. There's the codes we've chosen in a tree with the excluded codes grayed out, and details about the things we've searched for. I can download a CSV file which contains the codes and terms in the code list. And what else? You can download a definition. You can edit the metadata. So you can add a description and methodology, add references. We've got the idea in OpenSafely of people signing off on a code list. So a code list is rarely one person's work. If you want to make changes in the future, you can do so by creating a new version. Which lets you start from it kind of lets you edit the original version. So perhaps we decide we don't want these antihypertensive reactions. So I'll save the changes. And then the important thing is that the original version is still there. So anybody who's used the original version in their research has got access to it still, and will do indefinitely. So every codeless version has got its own unique URL. Now, apart from starting from scratch, you can also upload a CSV file containing codes. So hypertension 2, SNOMED CT again, and I'll upload this this CSV file. This is not the one I've just downloaded, by the way. So I click create, and this shows me all of the codes in the concept in the context of the SNOMED hierarchy. I can see which things are missing. For instance, it looks like diastolic hypertension is missing from this code list, and it should be there. So I can click create new version, and I can say actually we want to include, where's it gone, diastolic hypertension, and to include it here I just have to click the button which excludes it, and because one of its ancestors is included, it's now included too. It's a good idea when you upload a CSV file containing codes to do some searches to make sure that it's complete. So here, for instance, I could search for hypertension again, and that's probably going to find lots more codes, and we've got things that require decisions. So that shows off how you can build a code list in two ways via OpenCodelists, either through uploading a CSV file and perhaps making tweaks, or starting from scratch by searching for things. Our future plans for the tool involve improving the curation of code lists, allowing users to record within the tool the reasons for making their decisions, adding a system to let users subscribe to a code list to be notified when it is changed, making it possible to build a new code list based on one that somebody else has made, and building a system to ensure that code list creators get credit for their work, and quite a lot more. If you're familiar with open source software development, you'll know that GitHub is the place online where people find, share, and collaborate on software projects. And our vision is for this codelists tool to become like the GitHub of clinical codelists. We'd love to hear what you're using the tool for, and if you have any ideas for future development. So thank you for watching.